That's right. If you are an international student, you have been accepted into a Canadian university or college. You have paid your fee, you have arranged accommodation, and then your post tells you you need to complete an internship or co-op placement here. Previously, eligible students could face an extra administrative step, including a separate co-op work permit. Well, that meant another application, another document, another wait, and sometimes another headache just when a student needed to start working. IRCC has now updated the rule. That's right, for eligible post-secondary student, a separate co-op work permit. It is no longer required for mandatory work placement when the conditions are met. Your study permit can provide the relevant authorization. And this is a big simplification. But this is important. It does not mean that every job automatically qualifies. Well, the job placement must be formal requirement of the student's program. The program must be offered by an eligible post-secondary institution, and there are limits on the total duration of placements as well. Well, according to resources, 50% cap relative to the overall study program is there. And this change, it does not extend in the same way to the high school students or any certain language course student. For Indian students in Canada, the practical benefit, it's obvious. Less paperwork, fewer delays, and potentially fewer situations where an internship opportunity arrives before immigration paperwork is ready. Because for the students, a co-op, it is not just another semester. It can be the first Canadian employer on your resume, the first local reference, the first professional network, and potentially the first step towards a longer-term career. So sometimes immigration policy isn't just about opening a border. Sometimes it is about removing one piece of paper from the journey. And yes, while students are getting a smoother work process, thousands of former temporary residents in Canada, they are still waiting for something much bigger. Permanent residency. Well, Canada's 2021 temporary resident to permanent residency pathway attracted maybe tens of thousands of applications. But immigration processing does not always move at a speed applicants expect it to. And when your permanent residence application, it is still pending while your work permit approaches expiry, well, the certainty can become a lot. Now, IRCC has extended the relevant open work permit protection through December 31, 2026 for eligible TR to maybe PR applications. Well, for qualifying applicants here, that can mean continued ability to work while waiting for the final PR decision here. Ladies and gentlemen, the policy also extends benefits to eligible family members in certain circumstances. And that matters. Why? Because immigration is rarely an individual decision. It is usually a family decision. One person applies, a spouse waits, children wait, job depends on the status, housing depends on the income, and every month of uncertainty has a cost. But eligibility is not automatic too. Applicants have to meet specific requirements, including having an active PR application under an eligible TR to PRST, appropriate status in Canada, previous work authorization, and the relevant original language requirement here. There are also timing conditions around the existing work permit. And one technical detail, it is particularly important. Your passport here matters. That's right, the work permit cannot generally extend beyond the passport's validity. So, if your passport expires early, your work permit may also be limited. So that means renewing the passport before applying can be very important for somebody seeking the full available period. Well, the bigger picture here is simple. Canada is effectively giving eligible applicants more time just to keep working while the immigration system catches up with their applications. And yes, when immigration decisions take years, sometimes time itself becomes the most valuable thing a government can give an applicant.